Hi guys, we're Industry 14 and we're Team D, the Gain Chasers. I'm Lauren Kent.
I'm Anna Grace James.
And I'm Kevin Hong.
Every week we met and kind of just collaboratively figured out a good strategy for our industry and our business. And this is our presentation discussing, our results.
Okay, so initially we started with a focused low cost strategy for our customers. We wanted to provide them with a great variety of products, but they were going to be low price, so everybody could buy them. They didn't have that many high quality products to begin with, so we had a low SQ rating, had a lower wholesale price, offered free shipping with about 3 weeks delivery, and we started expanding construction into other countries, and we wanted to increase our production. But that didn't work out that well, so we switched to best cost provider strategy. So we decided to provide our customers with higher quality products, but with a price that still was affordable for everyone. And we implemented this by increasing our SQ rating. It started off around the 6.6 range, and it ended up being, I think, around 9. So that was really good for that. And we increased our wholesale prices, and we borrowed money for expansion. But we paid all that off, and we increased corporate citizenship. That was a big thing for us. And we got the Corporate Responsibility Award in year 15. So that was really great. And then you can see in this graph that we had an overall trend upward. About year 16, 17, it hit a plateau, but we started off with probably like $40, 45 for our wholesale price. And it ended up being around, I think it averaged like 68 across all of our countries. So that just made it affordable, but yet we're still making a profit. We started off our internet price a little bit higher, around 70, I would say, across the board. It ended up around 95. So that was a really good increase, and we were able to make really good profits off that as well. And then where our big increase came from was our SQ rating, just because we decided to go with best cost provider strategy. And that was just because we saw the need for that. And that I think really helped increase our profits because we started off probably around 6 across the board and ended up around 7.5 on average.
So financially, year 10 was the year that we first started off. For that year, we ended up having a slight decrease in our return in our ROEs following into year 11, but we had a increase in our EPS and we followed through with an EPS leading into year 12. However, year 13 is when we hit a little dip. Yeah, in our financials, and then we had a increase for years going into until year 16, 17, and 18 and 19, and then year 20 we ended up having a much higher jump, and we had a increase in net revenue as well to end out on year 20. And then our branded operations performance, we had a lower SQ rating in year 11 in in each of our sections in North America, Eastern America, Asia Pacific, and Latin America. However, that ended up decreasing later on in year 17 and finally rounding out in year 20 in each of those sections as well. Overall, our EPS started in a midsection. It climbed for up until year 13, hit a little dip in year 14, and started climbing again in year 16 before we had a little bit of a decline following into year 19. And we rounded out a positive EPS in year 20. Yeah. Regarding our income statement, there was no operating losses that were reported. Our overall net profit was also positive, and our operating profit was highest in the Asia Pacific at 43.5%. Regarding our balance sheet, we had a positive net cash balance, and our debt to assets ratio was also good at 0.05, and our current ratio was also good at 13.57. For our strategic group maps, most of the groups all ended up having middle to high end products, with also high like quantities of models being produced. The only outliers being really G and I, and the strongest outlier being Model I, with still much products to be made, but at a much lower price. And from our competitive dynamic, our main goal was still to attend to what the investors wanted, as well as what the company's goals were. Um, Therefore, overall, each week, our main factor was to try to increase our overall score.
So some of our factors that we use to outcompete rivals in the near future, we could promote the brand by investing in long-term celebrity endorsements. We noticed early on that it would be hard to find one celebrity that we really identified with and boost their advertisement in the brand. This would help us kind of find our targeted customer and really expand that way. Another thing that we could implement was to increase the quality of our product. Early on, we tried to just deliver the lowest cost, but we found out that our customers really valued a more quality product. And so we could, of course, increase the quality. And then we could also invest in our CSR initiatives and employee compensation even more. This helps us really identify a mission with our customers and help retain long-term employees and customer relations. Another thing that we could continue to do is to buy back our stock to promote shareholder confidence. This would just raise our stock price and raise our profits and help us get even more investors in our company. Some of the takeaways that we learned from playing the BSG game were some of the pitfalls of a focused low-cost strategy. This was the strategy that we started with, and we early on discovered that it makes it a little easier for other competitors to substitute our products and doesn't really give us that edge. It also, the overly aggressive price cutting could result in lower profitability, which we did experience in year 14. We also learned some of the advantages of a best cost provider strategy. This is more of a focus on quality and really advancing our innovation and putting us apart from our competitors. Some of the lessons that we learned were that in a saturated and competitive industry, it's really important to improve the operations and business process every year, continuously. We also discovered that creating a mission by investing in CSR and other initiatives gives us more of an advantage over our competitors, just that we have a personality and things that we really align with that would help us find more customers. Some of our advice to future managers would be to consider all potential strategies and evaluate the advantages and drawbacks of each. This really held us back in the beginning, but in the end, we were able to find the best strategy for us. It is a little harder to do this, but it really helps create a profitable business if you're able to adequately identify the strategy that works best for you. Some more advice that we have would be to choose to either focus on the quality of products or low cost. This goes back to the strategy point that I made, but it just really helps identify who you are as a brand if you're able to Find out which is best for you and which is best for your company. Also, some advice I would give would be to buy back stock early. We waited until a little later in the game to do this, but once we did it, it really helped boost our EPS and promote shareholder confidence. Another thing would be to invest in CSR initiatives to create a strong mission for your company. We did this almost continuously and we did win that award, but it really helped us create a strong stance in who we are as a company. And that concludes our BSG presentation. Thank you for tuning in and for supporting our company.